You think we know everything about the world we live in. Scientists have mapped the ocean floor, sequenced human DNA, and landed rovers on Mars, but there are things happening right here on Earth, things we can see, measure, and document that no one can explain. Here are 10 of them. Number 1. In dozens of cities around the world, residents report hearing a constant low frequency hum. It sounds like a diesel engine idling somewhere in the distance, always there, never stopping. The people who hear it describe it as maddening. It disrupts sleep, causes headaches, and in some cases has driven people to leave their homes entirely. In Bristol, England, the phenomenon became so widespread that the government launched an official investigation. In Taos, New Mexico, residents filed formal complaints for decades. The strange part is this: only about 2% of people in any given area can hear it at all. Sensitive equipment has been deployed. Geologists, acoustics experts, and military researchers have all investigated. No source has ever been confirmed. The hum remains one of the most persistent and unexplained acoustic mysteries on the planet. Number 2. In 2011, a Swedish treasure hunting dive team was scanning the bottom of the Baltic Sea when their sonar picked up something extraordinary. 90 meters below the surface sat a circular object approximately 60 meters in diameter. It had what appeared to be a defined outer edge, raised walls, and a flat top. Leading up to it was a perfectly straight track stretching nearly 300 meters across the ocean floor. As if something had slid into position, the team dove to investigate. Their equipment malfunctioned near the object. Cameras cut out. Satellite phones stopped working. When they moved 60 meters away, everything worked again. Scientists proposed explanations. A glacial deposit, a sunken ship, a natural rock formation. None of them fully accounted for the shape, the track, or the electrical interference. The object has never been conclusively identified. Number 3. Nearly 70% of people experience déjà vu at some point in their lives. That sudden, disorienting feeling that you have lived through this exact moment before. This conversation, this room, this specific second in time. It feels undeniably real and it is completely unexplained. Neuroscientists have proposed theories involving memory misfires, split second delays in perception, and unusual activity in the temporal lobe. Some researchers believe it involves two memory systems briefly falling out of sync. Others think it is a glitch in how the brain processes familiarity versus recognition. Every theory has evidence against it. No single explanation has been proven. Something is happening in the brain during déjà vu. We just do not know what. Number 4. Nearly 70% of people experience déjà vu at some point in their lives, and that sudden, disorienting feeling that you have lived through this exact moment before, this conversation, this room, this specific second in time. It feels undeniably real, and it is completely unexplained. Neuroscientists have proposed theories involving memory misfires, split second delays in perception, and unusual activity in the temporal lobe. Some researchers believe it involves two memory systems briefly falling out of sync. Others think it is a glitch in how the brain processes familiarity versus recognition. Every theory has evidence against it. No single explanation has been proven. Something is happening in the brain during déjà vu. We just do not know what. Number 5. Every second of every day, particles are striking the upper atmosphere of Earth at velocities approaching the speed of light. They carry energies that dwarf anything produced by the most powerful particle accelerators humans have ever built. We can detect them, we can measure them precisely. We have been studying them for over a century, and we still do not know where they come from. They arrive from all directions. They do not point back to any known source. Supernovae, black holes, and distant galaxies have all been proposed. None of them fully explain the data. Something out there in deep space is accelerating particles to energies we cannot reproduce, and we have no idea what it is. Number 6, the leading scientific theory for the origin of the moon is called the giant impact hypothesis. Roughly 4.5 billion years ago, a Mars-sized object collided with the early Earth. The debris from that collision was thrown into orbit and eventually coalesced into the moon. It is a compelling theory. It explains the moon's size, its orbit, and why it shares certain chemical properties with Earth. But it does not explain everything. The moon contains water ice in quantities the impact model struggles to account for. Its orbital mechanics have details that do not perfectly fit the simulation. Its internal structure has surprised geologists. The giant impact hypothesis is the best explanation we have. Scientists openly acknowledge it is incomplete. Number 7. You will spend approximately 1/3 of your entire life unconscious. Every animal with a nervous system sleeps. Sleep deprivation kills. In humans, in rats, in every species studied. Miss enough of it and your organs begin to fail. Your immune system collapses. Your brain stops functioning. Sleep is clearly not optional. It is doing something absolutely critical to survival. And despite centuries of scientific investigation, we do not have a complete answer to what that something is. We know sleep is involved in memory consolidation, cellular repair, immune function, and emotional regulation. But none of these explanations fully account for why sleep is irreplaceable, why you cannot simply rest while awake and achieve the same result. The fundamental purpose of sleep remains one of biology's deepest open questions. Number 8. In 1912, a rare book dealer named Wilfred Voynich purchased an illustrated manuscript of unknown origin. Carbon dating has since placed its creation in the early 15th century. It is written entirely in an unknown script that has never appeared in any other document in history. Its pages are filled with illustrations, plants that do not match any known species, astronomical diagrams that do not correspond to any known system, and figures of human bodies surrounded by flowing tubes and pools of liquid. The world's most accomplished cryptographers have attempted to decode it, including teams from the NSA, GCHQ, and leading universities. No one has succeeded. No one knows who wrote it. No one knows what language it is in. No one knows what it says. Number 9. When scientists calculate how galaxies should move based on the visible matter they contain, stars, planets, gas, dust, the math does not work. Galaxies spin faster than they should. They hold together when they should fly apart. To make the equations balance, something else has to be there, something that has mass and therefore gravity, but emits no light and interacts with almost nothing. Scientists call it dark matter. Current estimates suggest it makes up roughly 27% of the entire universe. We know it exists because without it, the observable universe makes no sense. We have never directly detected a single dark matter particle. We do not know what it is made of. We just know it has to be there. Right now, reading this, there is something it feels like to be you. The sensation of seeing, of hearing, of thinking. The inner experience of being a conscious mind. How does that happen? How does a physical brain, 3 pounds of electrochemical tissue, neurons firing in patterns, produce the subjective experience of being alive and aware? This is called the hard problem of consciousness. It is considered by many philosophers and scientists to be the single deepest unsolved question in all of human knowledge. We can map every neuron. We can watch the brain light up on a scan. We can correlate neural activity with reported experiences, but we cannot explain why there is experience at all, why it does not all just happen in the dark, with no one home to feel it. 10 things our world does every single day that science cannot fully explain. The ocean floor, the atmosphere above us, the brain inside our heads. We live surrounded by mysteries we have not even begun to solve. Any of these change the way you see the world, drop a comment below. And if you want more facts that will genuinely make you think, subscribe to Factom. New video every week. We will see you in the next one.